Alright, so I'm going to teach you a way to cut segments into given ratios, but first you're going to want to learn how to work with these panda problems. Divide the bamboo shoot with one cut so that it is fairly distributed to the two groups of pandas. So we're going to cut it once, and so that way it's fair. Keep in mind you wouldn't want to cut it right in half so that each group gets 10 feet because one group has more pandas, so it wouldn't be fair. So where would you cut it? So what we would do is just kind of note that we have 2 pandas, 3 pandas. So we have a total of 5 pandas. If we take the total amount of bamboo and divide it among 5 pandas, each panda will get 4 feet of bamboo. So for the group B, 4 feet of bamboo per panda times 2, 8 feet. And down here where we have 3 pandas, we multiply times 3 because there are 3 of them, and you get 12 feet. Double check, that does still give us 20 feet when we add 8 and 12, so that makes sense. So why teach with pandas? Well, because if I asked you to divide a 20 centimeter segment into 2 parts that have a ratio of 2 to 3, you would have froze. So we're really going to try to focus on these pandas to make these questions that come up to be a little bit easier. So let's look at another example. Okay, so let's look at this problem. How do you divide 38 feet of bamboo fairly among a group of 3 pandas and a group of 5 pandas? Well, step 1. How much should each panda get? How many total pandas are there? Well, if there's a group of 3, a group of 5, add it together, there are 8. So we take all the bamboo, divide it evenly among all 8 pandas. Hopefully each panda will get 4.75 feet, 4 and 75 hundredths. Step 2. How much does each group get? So the first group, 3 pandas, each of them should get 4.75 feet. Do the multiplication, you get 14 and 25 hundredths of a foot, or 14 and a quarter. The other group has 5 pandas, again times 4 and 75 hundredths of a foot, because there are 5 of them, and there you go. There's some neat little things you'll also notice here, like that we have ratios. 3 to 5 pandas would give us a ratio of food that's 14.25 to 23.75. We could rewrite those ratios in this order. There's the pattern of how I picked out those numbers. And what's neat is if we convert these so that the one on the left, we divide both top and bottom by 3, you'll see that one panda gets 4.75 feet. And on the right side, if we divide both top and bottom by 5, again, one panda gets 4.75 feet. So notice you are focusing on first finding out what one panda gets. Alright, let's look at an example now where we lose the pandas. Here we go. Alright, here's the problem. Divide an 18 centimeter segment into a 3 to 7 ratio. So let's think of our the segment length as bamboo. And the 3 and the 7, guess what those are? Those are your 2 groups of pandas. How many total pandas do we have? 3 plus 7, 10 pandas. So we take the total bamboo, we divide it among all 10 pandas. Each one gets 1 and 8/10 centimeter of bamboo. Alright, do you remember what we did next with that? Then we found out what each group gets. One group's got 3 pandas, so they end up with 5 and 4/10 of a centimeter. The other group had how many pandas? 7. Multiply, they get 12 and 6/10 of a centimeter. So the ratio is just those two numbers, in respective their order to 3 to 7. And it's really that simple. Just remember that the ratio are the number of pandas, and the segment is the bamboo, kind of the same shape as a segment would be. So hopefully if you practice enough with this and keep remembering your pandas and your bamboo, it'll be easy to divide any segment into any given ratio.